So I just want to go ahead and actually record this just in case it gets taken down. This has been making the rounds, and so-called progressive have been sharing this, and then they're so outraged. I'm so outraged, and of course this is very shitty what he's saying. It's a freedom of speech culture, so we have to tolerate this dumb bullshit. But I think what pisses people off is there's a grain of truth in some of this. Heather Heyer is a hero, but she was fat. She was overweight. She was hefty. She was obese, right? I think clinically you could say that. And whether she's a slut or childless or not, none of these things are bad things. You can be childless and being a slut. I think it's a good thing. She's making, men happy, right? Childless. He's sitting there. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of glance over it. I don't want to give him credit, but then it's out there and progressives are sharing it. They don't fucking share my work, but they share this pieces of shit. Right? Andrew Anglin, Daily Stormer, August 13, 2017. So he's saying she was fat, she's a drain on society. Most people are glad she's dead. So definitely, written to be provocative due to female privilege, the fact they do virtually nothing their entire lives. Women live an average of 5 years longer than men. 81 years is their lifespan. For 49 more years, this fat slob would have been leeching off of men's work. That's very, that's horrible. Essentially, he's justifying the murder because humans take resources, but that's all humans. Men, they live on men's work. Look at the rich people, the 1%. Donald Trump, if it wasn't for men, Donald Trump wouldn't be Donald Trump. So he lives off of men's work. He don't do shit, just oppress and order and tell other motherfuckers what to do. That's actually that's a plantation owner, right? Drinking his fucking lemonade while the damn workers, who should be able to run the damn plantation themselves, all fight amongst themselves in order to make massa happy. Alright. So, it's not good that she's dead. The burden thing, it's clearly sexist, right? So, but nobody else said that she was obese and that she was childless and that she was a slut. So, while I don't give a shit about any of those things, when I was trying to find this damn article, I couldn't find it. I typed in her name. Nope, didn't pop up. And I typed in fat, childless slut, and then it popped right up. So, everybody's showing a picture of her face, but she was big. She couldn't get out of the way because she was big. And maybe that's not true. Maybe that's not even fair either, So I guess that's what I took that to. I don't know. I mean, these are just details to the story, to the thing that happened, the people that were involved. So they're just details. They could be relevant or they might not be. They're by themselves. I think being a slut's a good thing. Being childless, that's her decision if she wants to have kids or not. Being fat, she probably should exercise, right, for her own benefit, for her own health, for her own self-esteem, and for other people. But mostly for herself. Anyways, so I guess my point, what I'm trying to say ultimately, is that progressives, they keep on saying, hey, stop racism, stop this, stop that. And you know what? Racism is bullshit. But racism against white people is bullshit. And then the fuckers that want to sit there and try to say that black people can't be racist. So if a black person goes up to a white person and murders him and says, I just murdered you because of your white skin and I hate all white people, there's fucking liberals out there that'll say, nope, not racist. Yeah, it is racist. It's a fucking hate crime, and that person would be convicted in a court of law. Our fucking laws would, but you're trying to progress. You're regressing our society, trying to say that that's acceptable behavior. Racism starts in the fucking head. I've been a victim of racism. I mean, people are fucking bullshit. The social justice warriors, the political correct social justice warriors that the right correctly criticizes because they are fucking intolerable. They are fucking intolerable. Malcolm X Debate Club at the University of Louisville was run by a middle-class white women. Middle-class white women being paid by the white male establishment. They said they hated racist, and they were racist to white men on their face. And they thought that was acceptable behavior. When it wasn't. And I went to, that was the whole point, I went to the University of Louisville to get to the Malcolm X Debate Club. Why do I like Malcolm X? He's the one that taught me about manhood. Don't let anybody push you around. Don't let anybody put their hands on you. Work, obey the law, be proud of yourself, do good, don't hurt people, but if somebody tries to hurt you, you hurt them back. And that's right. That's on its face. Of course that's fucking right. Who the fuck would sit there and say, now, little Billy, you gotta let the teacher smack you. Now, little Billy, you need to let the bullies bully you, okay? Give them your lunch money. Now, pull your pants down, give them that little tush. Fuck, man. Fuck the bullies, and fuck people that defend the fucking bullies. And they defend... Anyway, social justice warriors. So, you know, I don't know. This article... It just added another dimension, her weight thing. I didn't know about her weight before, and now I do. They were taking close-up pictures of her face. So I can't say whether or not she could have got out of the way. There was, you know, seemed like athletic men who were getting flipped over the car. But I wonder if they saw the car and then kind of jumped up because they were, you know, agile and paying attention. But she, very well, if you had your back to that car and you didn't know what the hell was going on, and you turned around and that was it. Yeah. So I don't know. I guess what I'm just saying is that we should talk about, you know, this and that without being so fucking shitty. I'm not saying she's fat so she's a bad person. Just saying that's part of the story. She, you know, she's, you know, what, 150 pounds or so, maybe 200. It's just a part of the story. It's just a detail. It's a part of the story, and I kind of see. I didn't see the video. I didn't see the car actually run over her. I didn't see the car run over anybody. I saw the car drive into the crowd. I saw people flipping over. I saw some shoes. But the actual impact, the actual murder, a bunch of injuries, you know, there's 30 injuries. I didn't see any of those. And I'm not saying that it didn't happen. It definitely did happen. 100%. Without a doubt it happened. Just there was no videotape. And had I saw the videotape, you know, then I would have already known about her stature. So I don't know. I guess I feel bad. I feel fucking bad for saying this, but there's a reason why this article is resonating. It's pissing you off, but people are reading it and they're sharing it and they're saying, see, I'm not like this. Good. Don't be like this. Don't be happy that somebody fucking died. But the politicizing a crisis, that's what all politicians do. Alex Jones is doing it. Stefan Molyneux, they're smelling fucking blood and they can't wait to get on there. Stefan Molyneux, he made a joke. Oh, it wasn't a protest, it was a drive-over. Did you see that drive-over? Heather Heyer was a fucking person. She was a human being that was on this fucking planet. And she voted for Bernie, and she was a progressive who cared about people who didn't want to be fucking racist, who didn't like racism. So Heather Heyer's a good person. Heather Heyer's a good person who should be, put on a pedestal and exalted. I want to say exalted if that's positive. So we should, you know, give her lots of laurels and, you know, talk about she's a great person. She is a great person. She's a good person, a great person. She was at this rally. She put her life on the fucking line. She gave her life for the anti-racist struggle. Fuck the fascist. And Heather Heyer was on the front lines. And what the fuck did she do? Just go to a goddamn protest? That's what pissed off these fucking Nazis, these enemies of America, these Confederates, these enemies of America. So don't get me wrong. Don't get me fucking wrong. That's where I stand. That's ultimately where I land. But when you hear out a story, when you're writing a story, when you're looking at what's going on, you want to know all the facts, all the details, everything that you could put into the thing. The New York Times article said that the white supremacists came from Kenton, Kentucky. Well, there's no Kenton, Kentucky. Kenton is not a fucking city. Kenton is a county. So the New York Times got that shit wrong. They had a nice article, lots of details. They got a lot of shit right, but they got that shit wrong. So, you know, when you write a story, just get in all the details. So I think that, you know, he's kind of taking an angle and sort of bashing her. He's just trying to bash her, essentially, I guess, so the movement isn't hurt. Dodge Challengers are fast car. Fat people are slow. So, you know, maybe that's where I got that fucking idea from. I can't say that because she was overweight that she could. I feel bad that I said that, actually. Yeah, I'll take that back. Because I don't know if that's the case. If there's 30 other injuries, were they all obese people? The people that were flipping over the car seemed like athletic men. So athletic men are flipping over the car. So they weren't slow. And then they're sitting there, Dodge Challenger, talking about how great it was. How the fuck did he get a Dodge Challenger? How is he able to get so much It was a nice fucking vehicle. And that's what he did. He used it as a weapon to kill Heather Heyer. And look at her. Okay? She's beautiful. She's gorgeous. She's got a beautiful face. And if she's nice and has a warm personality, good. There's no reason to hate Heather Heyer. There's no reason to write this fucking article. There's no reason to share this article. I mean, I guess I'm doing the same thing. Look at this article. I'm so outraged about it. But I'm also pointing out the regressive left. The regressive left who wants to continue to defend fucking Trump and continue to bash Clinton. My God, you Russian hacker fucking influence propagandist motherfuckers. Go on and on about Clinton. Clinton has no fucking power right now. It's like you're running over Heather Heyer. Meanwhile, Trump is dropping bombs all over the fucking world. You want me to hate Hillary? I don't think so. Look at Heather Heyer. This is who your fucking beloved racist fucking killed. Why'd she get killed? What was Heather's crime? Being fat's not a crime, being childless isn't a crime, and being a slut, that's a good thing. I'm glad she's a slut. So the cost of food alone, making fat jokes, making a big mockery of her life. Basically, like, look at her. She died and fuck her. She almost like she deserved it. To protest white men. I didn't see anything about her saying she hated white men. So he has no evidence to back that up. She's just criticizing the police for assaulting a woman. So that means she's criticizing the police. She's a Bernie-crat. She's about dateable. Her personality is perfect. Her personality is fucking perfect. Now, if you told me that she was funny and intelligent, she's funny, intelligent, thoughtful. God, I mean, and she's got a pretty face. So if she was to have lost, some weight, then I would. That would be somebody I'd like to marry. That'd be like somebody I'd want to live the rest of my life with. A good fucking person who's thoughtful and funny. A Bernie-crat. A Bernie Sandinista. I like Sandinistas better. It's just a better fucking name. And it also brings up the shit in Nicaragua and Guatemala. So this is why he actually hates her, right? He hates that she's anti-racist, Bernie Sanders supporter, and then he's saying all this other shit to get other people to hate her, and he don't give a fuck. What's his name? Alan Alden, that's just a name at the top. At least he gives credit. There's a lot of fucking news places that just says a bunch of racist shit, always backs the establishment, but they don't even sign their name. Andrew Anglin, I bet this is actually Andrew Anglin's work. And he's posted, he's probably fucking happy about this shit. So the reason why I'm recording this, because if it was taken down and I start to talk about it, nobody would know what the hell I was talking about, but it made an impression on me. This did add something to me. This added a dimension to the, thing that I didn't know about. I know there's hateful people out there, but, this Fort Worth department, see, she's criticizing cops. Good. She's a slut who criticizes cops and loves Bernie. Fucking marry me. Alright. I feel a little bit better now. So, yeah. The Bernie Sanders supporter, that's why he hates her. Bernie Sanders supporter, what's wrong with being a slut? If maybe he would get some, then he wouldn't be such a fucking prick. And then he's sitting there saying, look at James Fields. He's such a hardcore player. Source claim he didn't give a fuck. And then they said that Elizabeth Warren co-sponsored the Game Prevention Act. This is a funny joke here. It sought to shut down the game to prevent players from playing women like fiddles. Despite the fact that she claims to not hate the player but simply oppose the game, she's been dogged for years over allegations of straight-up player hate. That's clever and funny. And so this fucking dickhead, he's sitting there saying this guy is a player. He's a fucking player? Look at this douchebag. He's got a nice fucking car, but he can't even, make the car look good. He's a skinny little fucking dork. Look at me, I got me a car. I am super cool. Look at my glasses. I got a car. I hate blacks. I call them the N-words. I say, nigga. That's another thing. I mean, a fucking joke. What was that one guy? I'm not regressive. What I am is let's go down to ground zero. Let's get in touch with reality and the truth. Let's get in touch with reality and the truth. Talk about what is and what isn't. And once we got a handle on what the fuck is and isn't, then we can build our society. But if we continue to pretend that this shit ain't happening. You know what I mean? Like, the N-word, there's a funny fucking joke, and I don't know how else to tell it, but, you know, say the thing. And I could give it as a white person, if that's all I needed to do to, you know, you don't want me to be, you want to forgive white people, hardcore systemic racism and shit. All right, I'll never say the fucking N-word. I can give up the word. I'd rather fight for justice. I'd rather be your friend. I'd rather be able to relate to you. I'd rather be able to have a conversation with you without, you know, I'm not going to call you the N-word. I'm not using this. So the Paul Mooney, he said he loved the N-word. He was like, he wakes up and he says nigger, 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 nigger every morning. It's his toothpaste in the morning. It's his coffee in the morning. He says it makes his teeth whiter. It makes his teeth whiter. He said he just loves the word. He loves the word. So, that's cool. I'm not allowed to say it. You can keep it. So the way I just said it, I think I could say it, right? In context. I said it. And I'm not too proud about it, but I'm just like, you know, how the fuck do I express those views that I like Paul Mooney's joke if I don't actually say the joke and then explain why I liked it? So James Fields is not a fucking hardcore player. Where's his fucking daddy at? Right? His mom's a single mom. Didn't have a daddy. He's actually from Kentucky. He was in Ohio for a year and a half or something. But he lived in Kenton County, Kentucky, so northern Kentucky, right on the border, crossed the Mason-Dixon line, and found friends there, apparently. Had his Dodge Charger, could drive all the way to fucking Virginia. He's like, I'm in Ohio. There's a fucking neo-Nazi demonstration in Virginia. I better go. So he's not cool. So he's fucking wrong. If he was a player, then he would have got with Heather Heyer. Right? He would be the one, wouldn't be slut-shaming her. He'd be the one be like, hey, what's up, girl? What up? What you doing there, huh? Heather Heyer was a waitress. She was a bartender. And then she was a paralegal. So she's like doing smart work and then a waitress, right? Serving people. Caring about others. I bet this so-called player, I bet he didn't. What the fuck? He just got pissed off and decided it would be a good fucking idea just to start murdering people. He drove all that way to do it. And then he sits there and makes a dumb fucking thing. Is this a publicity stunt by Dodge? Even though it's not. The implications, I mean, any news for a business is good news. So Dodge puts out a statement. I am appalled by the actions, and we regret and our thoughts and feelings and prayers with the victims. Meanwhile, Dodge fucking Challengers are being sold at a higher rate. Dodge Challenger knows that. That's why they should do more than just give out a fucking statement, right? Actually, if I was the CEO, I would jump on this goddamn event over and over again. Not only just distance myself away from the fucking Nazis and Confederates, but to, no, exactly. That would be the reason. To distance yourself from the Nazis and Confederates is the morally right idea. But it's also that would be good for business. That would be good for business. I would, right now, I don't give a fuck about that company. They produced a machine that killed someone. I don't blame them, but, I feel stupid that I even fucking, I'm giving them more publicity. But you gotta be able to talk about the thing. So I think, instead of not talking about it, you just gotta make sure you mention Heather Heyer, Heather Heyer, Heather Heyer, Heather Heyer. The more you say their names, the more they still live. So that seems to be the whole article there. Meme magic. Here's like, and look at this. So unless there's something else towards the end of this article, it says this is a companion article. Is this the original article? Daily Stormer, I've heard that this website has influenced like 100 people to kill others. So people get on this website, they read. So that's another thing. Who the fuck is Daily Stormer? Who the fuck is putting out this filth, right? This is filth. This is bullshit. In a free society, you're allowed to have fuck filth and bullshit. But you also say, fuck you, right? Fuck this filth. So, yeah, I'm scrolling down to see about the memes. Is that the last thing about the article? Yeah. Just meme magic. So it's sitting there advertising the Challenger as a fatty smasher. You know, there was this another guy, he was a progressive, he liked Bernie, but he would make these fucking jokes, and, like, I can see how, like, comedians, like, they try to say controversial shit, and sometimes that's what makes people laugh. And there was this little gif where the guy was leaning over, like, the Eiffel Tower or some tall building. He was leaning over the edge, and then he started falling. And there was captions underneath that was narrating his entire experience. So he's leaning over and he's like, "Oh shit, I dropped my penny, let me go get it." And then it showed him falling. And he thought that was funny. And while, like, in a very callous and crash, the reason why I think I laugh at, if I did kind of laugh at that, I feel like I'm really fighting myself, because it's funny, it's a tragedy. So you want to live and laugh and, still live life. But how do you, if you don't laugh, you would cry. So maybe I should just let myself cry about this shit. Because, like, oh, look, it's a penny, I'm going to go get it, I'm falling. Yeah, I guess I could, if it was a cartoon, if it was a fucking cartoon, it might be funny. But it was real life and a fucking guy died. He fucking died just so you could spread some sick fucking gif about some fucking joke. So, that shit gets into me. I mean, I saw it, and it made me think about things. Like, I wanted to like the guy, right? I'm rooting for people, so when they fucking do shit like that, I want to be like, well, maybe he's not evil. He's not, like, saying he's happy he died or that he would push him. But he's making a fucking joke about it. Just like this asshole's making a joke about it. And unfortunately, I think this is going to make a lot of rounds. And it's going to get a lot of publicity. I've deleted some progressives. Fucking Kathy something. She never fucking says a goddamn thing on my post, but then she's like, "Look at this article. I'm so appalled. Oh my god. Harumph. Harumph." I'm appalled. Now, you need more than that. You need more than just, "I'm appalled." Because, things are bad. You do something about it, you can't do nothing about the speech. But, I fucking recorded it, so Anglin, if someone tries to say this article wasn't written or didn't fucking happen, well, I know the truth. I know the truth, Andrew. You piece of shit.